Hello everybody, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis. Welcome to today's video. Today is episode 8 of Adeptus Podcastus, the Warhammer 40,000 podcast where all sorts of madness goes down. Joining me as always is Remleiz from 40k Theories.
Hello everyone.
And Ego Queen, hang on. Where's Alexis gone? Oh god, has she gone through the warp again?
Yeah, she went to go look for Fulgrim's pleasure planet, I think.
Ah, for God's sake. Right, Alexis is not here at the moment. Now, rest assured, it's not another week where Alexis isn't here. Alexis is just running on time. We're running early. My schedule has changed because I'm at home at the moment for Christmas, which means that I can't really do the podcast as late because everybody's dinner will basically held until I'm done. So we're starting a little bit early, Remleiz and I, and then Alexis will be joining us a little bit later. The other problem is there's no guest. I have literally been wall-to-wall with exams and revision over the past couple of weeks, and that meant I had no time to find a guest. I sent a couple of emails a while ago, but got nothing back, so for the moment, you're going to have to put up with the two nerdy ones.
Indeed.
Anyway. So, how are you? Anyway.
Yeah, pretty good. I've managed to get the YouTube Awards video done, which will be going live on New Year's Eve. So,
excellent.
Quite a couple of weird nominations I found in this, but...
As in weird to us or weird to the people?
Both, really. But, you know, the fans place their votes, they vote for these people, so, you know, I'm not going to discard it. You know, this is democracy, after all, so...
Yep.
But needless to say, I hope everyone enjoys it. I just want to point out as well, I didn't actually do the voiceover for it because I myself have been nominated for a couple of categories, and I just thought it'd be a bit weird if I was hosting and being nominated at the same time. So I got Stringstorm to do the voiceover work.
He's the guy who voiced Manus, right?
Yes, he is.
I do like him.
He's also the guy who did the ending theme song for TTS, the credit song.
Triari.
No. He did the remix.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know, when the credits, when Emperor's like headbanging on the throne, he did that version of it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. You can all look forward to that. I've got my own video coming out on New Year's Eve. I'm taking a week off of doing a law video in order to do my year in review, which is something I need to do because 2017 is going to be a very weird year in my life. As if 2016 wasn't weird enough.
Speaking of the year in review, did anyone else see the Warhammer TV's year in review video? The little thing they teased at the end?
I didn't actually see it. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Because at the end of it, they teased some pretty big news in the form of just a couple of flash images of some new Sisters of Battle models and a new Saint Celestine.
Oh, that's where they came from. Yes, this is why I wish Alexis was here, because she'd probably be squealing the walls down. So yes, Sisters of Battle have been teased, new models, new everything, assumedly to coincide with Imperial agents, but also to coincide with the major news that came out of Warhammer TV this week, which is a new campaign book, hot on the heels of Wrath of Magnus. We have Fall of Cadia.
To which the Imperium says, no, everything with Cadia is Cadia okay. Bad joke.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That came up in our chat, didn't it? Was it Mike put it in there?
Yes, he did. It was from the Regimental Standard, the official Warhammer newspaper. I know this campaign's getting a lot of people worried about 40k end times, but I just want to point something out here, because it's about the 13th Black Crusade, and they already did the 13th Black Crusade in 3rd edition. They just retconned it and just doing it again now.
Yeah, because didn't they try and do it and Chaos lost so badly that they couldn't actually accept the result?
Pretty much, yeah. But it was also when Eldrad Ulfrin actually died, but then he got better. You think he's Alpharius or something?
That would be the ultimate long con.
Eldrad Ulfrin was Alpharius all along.
Beautiful. So yes, Fall of Cadia. It definitely has its implications, and there's also the rumour that following, probably in the second book, or even independently, will be a model for Lionel Johnson. That seems to be the talk of the town.
Yes. Though some people still seem to think it'll be Leman Russ, But again, I don't think it will be just because they've only just released this Forge World model, and I doubt Games Workshop will have a cheaper alternative compared to the nice, big, expensive one that's available.
How much is Demon Magnus?
I think he's about like £85.
That's more than pretty much every other Primarch. So
not really. A lot of the Primarchs are less than. I think the only one that's
they're
really
60 odd. Yeah, they're 60 odd. The Primarchs, 50, 60.
The most expensive Primarch is actually Corax, I think, just because of how big the model is. Because he's got the big wings, hasn't he? So
yeah, I was under the illusion that it was either Perturabo or Horus. I'll go and have a look.
I know that Lorgar's the cheapest because fuck Lorgar.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't like Lorgar very much.
Because he's a religious nut job.
I have a lot of reasons for not liking Lorgar, and his religion is not actually one of them.
No, just that he's a religious nut job.
I was going to say just he's a massive dick.
Well, that too.
So yeah, Russ is 70, Corax is 70, Pert is 70, Horus is 65. Am I going?
I find it funny that Horus is 65 and he's got the best stat line of all the Primarchs so far.
It's just primarily I think it's down to that ability he's got to just drain people's weapon skills.
Yeah.
Which is ludicrous. Yeah, they're the most expensive. There's a few other things. I'll just look at the character series. I was like looking at the character series.
Because who are we still waiting for from Forge World? We're waiting for Magnus. Oh my god, she came in from the warp portal.
Yes, I did. Sorry, I had to make a pit stop at Cadia. Abaddon wanted to stop there for a minute.
Let me guess, he wanted some more purple-eyed people.
Well, apparently he wanted to talk to him about letting Tusca the Demon Killer through.
Yes. The
Right.
orcs that managed to do what Abaddon tried 13 times to do and failed. He broke through the Cadian gate.
Backwards, to be fair.
Even so, he still broke through it.
He could have just...
I thought he sort of went the long way. It's not the long way around. I thought he sort of went around a bit.
No, he went directly through the gate.
No, fair enough.
I can just imagine the Cage just looking at him saying...
Through.
He just looked at him and said, oh, he's going into the Eye of Terror. Oh, let him through.
I remember
that guy was executed by an Inquisitor.
Probably.
I remember looking at the short story in the 4th Ed Codex, like not the full one that you seem to know, but the shorter one, and the Cadians were like, "We're about to get invaded here," and they were just like completely aghast when they went through.
Well, from what I read, Tusca actually hit the moon of Cadia first.
Yeah, he did. He trained up on one of the moons and then went through the gate.
And then the guard were just like, well, shit, let him through. Worst case scenario, he dies. Best case scenario, he kills people.
And then dies.
Yeah, like, he made a giant blockade of the 13th Black Crusade.
Go him, I suppose.
And he punched the Bloodthirster in the dick.
Yeah.
That's canon.
I thought he would actually cut his balls off, like, with his power claw.
Well, in all fairness, he reached up with his power claw and dragged from the demon's chest down.
Okay.
And keep in mind, Tusca at that point was about the size, was a little bigger than a dreadnought.
Which is, for an orc warlord who's been on campaign, about average. Slightly for an orc,
currently, in the Eye of Terror, he's probably as big as Bloodthirsters, because he tends to fight them.
Yeah, there, now, yes, but at that time, an orc warlord being the size of a dreadnought is not inconceivable.
Considering you had the Primarchs who are literally like 10 meters tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Primarchs, not Orc Primarchs, but just big, powerful orcs from the War of the Beast, literally 10 meters tall. The Imperial forces thought they were statues, or gargants.
You gotta love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a brief synopsis of the War of the Beast, and it looks interesting. But it's now 10 books, and 8 books, and I can't really afford to buy and read them all.
Well, the series is finished now, so all the books are out.
Yeah, because it featured Vulcan very heavily, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Vulcan returned, and then he ended up dying again. Spoiler.
Of course he did.
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's Vulcan. He's basically the Space Marine Primarch equivalent of a punching bag.
I was going to say Kenny from South Park. Oh my god, Vulcan!
They keep him alive now.
Even so, okay, early South Park, Kenny. Then, if you want to be pedantic about it,
I do, because I'm a jerk.
So yeah, Alexis, we were just discussing Fall of Cadia and the certain new models that got hinted at the end.
Oh, the sisters that all got released. I can't wait for them.
I'm going to sound very controversial, and I'm fully accepting if you want to hit me for this. I am not a fan of the new Celestine.
Well, yeah, she's from Age of Sigmar. What do you expect?
No.
What?
Why?
She looks like she's directly out of the Age of Sigmar line.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I definitely would. She
I
looks
can see where
just
you're coming.
like them.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, like, with the Stormcast Eternal Prosecutors. I think that's the main problem, is that the wings don't look real at all. That's my problem with her, is the wings don't look real.
Well, in all fairness, the wings wouldn't be real.
She was a Sister of Pentia. She got herself some armor after she was resurrected as a living saint, and I was assuming that her ability to fly and do all of that stuff was going to be actually like angel wings, not a jump pack.
Maybe it's like, with Demon Prince, how the armor mutates. Maybe it's just her backpack's just mutating into a set of wings.
She might also just be using pseudo psychic powers to fly.
Or maybe it's a different Saint Celestine. Ooh.
That also could be the case, because the hairline is different, the entire facial structure is different.
And she just came back from a wedding because she's got a bouquet and a bunch of doves.
Well, who doesn't?
I mean, it is almost certainly the armor of St. Catherine, but...
My dogs are eating each other.
Blood for the blood.
I hate chihuahuas.
Actually, yeah. Are we sure this is Celestine and not just the champion of the Seraphim unit that's right behind her? Because the swords are
Apparently,
identical.
those aren't Seraphim.
What?
Then what are they?
Just
bodyguard units.
And we do know it is Celestine because Warhammer TV in their video, they said, what do you want in 2017? I want Saint Celestine at the head of a Black Templar crusade into the heart of Cadia. And then they showed that model, so...
Yeah, it's pretty well confirmed that that's Celestine. But the two guards with her, I originally thought were canonesses with jump packs, and then I checked through the book and they can't take them. And then I was like, oh, then they're Seraphim champions, like the mistresses and the girls that go with them, the superiors. There we go.
Yeah, the superiors.
And one of my buddies posted me an article stating that isn't the case, because if you actually look at the armament and the positioning and all the badges on them, it's a completely different type of character, similar to that of like an honored guard or a bodyguard. They might actually get an honored guard unit, similar to the Blood Angels.
So it's basically Sisters of Battle Sanguinary Guard.
Yes.
Which makes less sense if you consider that canonesses actually still can't take jump packs. But
it actually makes sense, because in one of the books I read, I can't remember, they had Sisters of the Sword, which were all power weapon wielding sisters.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I can see them being that. It just surprised me. Like, if they're bodyguards, then if there's not a living saint around, how do they protect the canoness properly if she doesn't have a jump pack as well?
They take their jump packs off.
Yeah, but it would have made sense if the canoness could also take a jump pack if her guard could.
Well, we don't even know if this... I did a full review of the Agent's book. It's not up yet. It will be up in after Christmas, before New Year's. It's a 2-part codex. So the Fall of Cadia actually has the second half of the Sisters book, and it's very hinted at that that's the second half of the book.
Oh, okay, that would make more sense.
Because there's only one formation, and there's things in this book that are very clearly in formations.
Fair enough.
When I did my full review of it, I spent 5 minutes on everything else, and then Sisters took the hour, because I love Sisters, and I was just every weakness that everybody sees with the Sisters of Battle, because this codex is a reprint. Going through all of it, it is a direct reprint. But everything that I saw, I was like, this could be fixed by the Librarian Conclave. just attach a Space Marine librarian to this army, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So pretty much my sister army, once I actually get the plastic models, get it confirmed by my distributor, and actually get the pre-orders and everything in, which he already hinted that the pre-orders will be next week.
That makes sense, considering Fall of Cadia is the 7th of January.
Yeah. I'm probably going to order like a ton of Space Marine librarians on bikes, because they're ridiculously good on bikes, because you get... they're just ridiculously good on bikes. You get the toughness 5, and you just put that guy out in front to accept challenges.
I'm just surprised you're able to afford all this. Because, like, you just spend, like, what, how many weeks worth of pay on Genestealers?
In all fairness, I have no idea how much I spent on Gene. Actually, I didn't buy that much. I did a lot of conversions and a lot of cheating to build up the army really quickly. Because I have Orcalites, I have stand-in characters, I used Chaos Cultists that I had. I bought 2 things of Chaos Cultists because they were $10 for 10 dudes versus $30 for 10 dudes. I built up the army that way, and I already had the Genestealers. And one of the Rock Lobsters was a gift. The other one I had on pre-order, and I was prepaying like within months of it coming out. Within a month of it coming out. There we go.
So yeah, it sounds bad on paper, but it's actually not as bad.
Yeah. At least I tell myself that so I can sleep at night.
I think your Chaos Spawn need feeding.
Oh my god, they need to get beaten is what they need to get. I hate these little rats. I'm a terrible person.
Only slightly.
Yeah. But yeah, the Imperial Agents book is, oh my god, it is so brutal.
Is it more brutal than Genestealer Cultists?
Because I've been on the receiving end of Genestealer Cultists just this week, and
No.
I don't think I fired a bullet. I got wrecked that hard. Well,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's an exaggeration, but like I think I killed half a squad of acolytes, a few neophytes, 2 wounds on a patriarch, and half a brood of Genestealers, and that was it.
That sounds about right. Genestealers are sitting at a very interesting point in the tournament scene right now. We do a lot of ITC tournaments where I'm at.
Okay.
And if you know anything about like TCG games, there's a thing called anti-meta, which is a meta deck that is specifically designed to crack meta. And
yeah, it will lose to most things, but it beats the meta at the time.
Yeah, that's what the Genestealer cult is right now. It is just crushing meta, and no one properly knows how to deal with it. Tau can't seem to deal with it. Eldar get wrecked by it, but every other army seems to be okay with it. Like, they can deal with it. Like, Space Marines have no problem against it, because they just go Skyhammer or their version of Decurion. But everything else is just like, they're so elitist and everything. And it's crazy. These dogs, I'm gonna murder them.
Yeah, I admit, I was saying to Remleiz before the podcast started, I've been working on my true Farsight bomb. 2,000 points, the perfect reserve list. I deploy
Oh my god.
Stealth. Oh, go on.
No. It's just going to interrupt you, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to be taking astropaths with almost all of my armies, or
Officers of the Fleet.
Officers of the Fleet, and making your reserves come in on 6s.
6s?
Yeah, they're cumulative.
It was a -1 back... Oh, it stacks.
Yeah.
Because that's fair.
And you know what the best part is?
Oh, actually, wait, no. Actually, I'm going to say fuck you. Because I have a retaliation Cadre, and that always comes in on turn 2. No need to roll. I only have 3 units that I'm rolling for.
Okay. That you got me on. But the best part about him is he makes reserves come in. Not just friendly reserves. He makes your reserves come in cheaper. Like on 2+, if you get a few of them.
So, wait, how do I get it? So how do I get a debuff if I get a buff? Because astropaths in Imperial Guard terms, astropaths buffed it, and officers nerfed the enemies.
Astropaths now reroll, and officers of the fleet give you +1 or -1. +1 to your opponent's roll or -1 to your roll.
Right. But yeah, so the Farsight bomb. And I was planning to run this yesterday, but didn't get a chance because my opponent was ill and I had quantum mechanics to do. Basically...
Fucking Tau.
This was designed to counter Tau. Okay?
No. Just the way you just said that. I'm just like, God damn it, Tau.
But, okay, fine. But yeah, so it's a Cold Star battle suit. Like, I take a separate combined arms just of a Cold Star, 2 Crisis suits, and as many stealth teams as I can afford. And I deploy the Cold Star in as hidden as possible on the ground, and then either send them into the air or not, and I infiltrate my stealth teams as safely as possible, setting up drop zones. I do nothing on turn 1, and then on turn 2, I bring in 3 Crisis teams, 1 Riptide team, 1 Broadside team, 1 Commander team, and then if I can pass the rolls, another 2 Crisis teams, a Crisis Bodyguard team, Farsight, and a Flyer.
You best hope you're not tabled turn 1 before all of that comes in.
That's why I took a Flying Monstrous Creature.
Okay, so you can actually start him on the table and fly him.
Yeah, I can either get my stealth teams super safe, deploy those one-man Crisis teams so you've got even more to deal with, or just send him up into the air.
That works.
And
I'd have to see the list on table though.
you wouldn't see it on table, that's the point.
Well, yeah, but still.
But yeah, it's designed to counter my friend's Tau, who's like he's running proper stupid Tau. Like he's only got 1 Riptide, but he's got
stupid Tau.
yeah, 2 Hammerheads, including Long Strike, a Riptide, and a full stack buff Manda with double tap plasma on everybody.
That gave me a headache.
And there's and full drones. Now you see why I built a Farsight bomb. Just everything drops. Mow them down with missile pods, then drop an ion plate, and they're all dead. Done.
That works.
That's the idea.
That army just killed Sanguinius.
Oh, Sanguinius. I remember when he was good.
He had
was
rules.
Good. No. Not as far as I'm aware.
Exactly. Like
He does.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Ow.
Wait, no, I'm thinking Sanguinor.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, so
they're
let
not
me
the
tell
same
you
guy.
about this stupid list that I want to bring to an 1850-point tournament. All right?
Shoot.
Hive Tyrant, Wings,
Yep.
2 Twin Link Devourers with Brain Leech Worms,
Outright.
3 of them. Okay?
Yeah.
2 units of Rippers, just 3 of them. Ally number 1, 3
Hang on,
Hive
Ripper-
Tyrants.
Hang on. What? Rippers aren't troops, are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I thought they were fast. My bad.
3 Hive Tyrants, Wings, 2 sets of Twin Link Devourers with Brain Leech Worms, 2 sets of Rippers. Ally number 2, a Hive Tyrant, Twin Link Devourer with Brain Leech Worms, Wings, and a Ripper base. 7 Hive Tyrants.
Fuck you and everything you stand for.
Let's see the fluff on that one.
I admit my friend is, while we were brainstorming my Farsight bomb, he was brainstorming a full airborne Tyranid force, like all the Hive Crones, like all the formations that allow you to take Hive Crones, Harpies, Flyrants, Gargoyles, the whole shebang. Like, everything was in the air. And I looked at it, that's 7 flyers in 2,000 points. How the fuck? I know I'm playing Tau, but how the fuck?
No, I pointed this list out to somebody and they were just like, what in God's name is wrong with you? And I'm just like, I like playing with big buggies. Oh man. It was a lot of fun.
I admit there is a lot of fun to be said for all-in gimmick lists. I don't build when we started planning this Farsight bomb. We wanted it to beat my friend's Cancer Tau, but
Tau.
That's what it is. But we also wanted it to be perfectly on theme, so it fits the Farsight Decurion, perfectly. Just it has an extra allied detachment of Tau, just to allow me to get more stealth teams in, because getting them in a Farsight Decurion is a fucking bitch without a Hunter Cadre, and that's 3 Fire Warrior teams, and that's not on theme. And if you want to know how much of a sad lore addict I am, I was walking home. It was like a 45-minute walk, and I started telling the story from my Cold Star commander's point of view of like how she's hunkered down behind this bunker, tells the stealth teams to hit the big red button, and launches as the battlesuits just drop.
Oh my god!
It was amazing. I've yet to do it because as I say, my opponent was ill and I had work to do. But oh shit, he's probably watching this, isn't he? Fuck. Never mind. To be fair, I haven't actually got the models to make that list yet. But me and him are actually going halves on a battalion. You know those £100 gift boxes.
Yep.
We're going halves on one of those, and I'm getting the commander, and I'm getting the stealth suit, and I'm getting the pathfinders and the devilfish. So that means yes, I have everything I need. Army complete.
I think they're called the strike forces here.
They might not be called battalions, it's just how I know them. I refer to them as battalions. They're like the Space Marine Army you used to be able to get. If anyone remembers those things, they used to come out at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I remember.
So I just want to come back to Fall of Cadia. So we know that there's going to be a bunch of sisters in there, and we can assume there's going to be...
Before we talk about that, can we talk about that no founding chapter is safe now?
How?
What?
Like, look what happened to the Space Wolves. They got neutered.
Well, you should always spay and neuter your pets.
You got the joke. No, but they just got massively destroyed.
But
and now Cadia falling?
But they won.
Yeah, winning is an understatement when going up against Tzeentch.
It's a Pyrrhic victory.
It's a Pyrrhic victory, yes, but
an Pyrrhic victory is blowing up a freaking what was it? An Emperor class battleship that can't be repaired ever or rebuilt just to stop one tendril of Tyranids. Good job, Imperial Navy and Space Marines.
But don't forget, in regards to the founding chapters, during the war with the Beast, the Imperial fists were literally destroyed to one person. There was literally only one Imperial fist left.
Yeah, it's not like they haven't done... Like, the Ultramarines lost God knows how many...
Their entire first
Tyrannic War. Yeah, they lost their entire first, plus however many other Astartes died during the Tyrannic War. It's not like... We've not seen chapter extinction level events before with the big names.
Yeah, but it hasn't happened in like 6th or 7th edition.
Doesn't mean there wasn't a precedent. And the fact is, Fenris isn't gone. Its population is pretty much gone, but
its population is gone and its spirit is dead.
Well, that was a demon anyway, so it's for the best.
Let's put it this way: there are no wolves on Fenris now.
Ha!
But the Space Wolves are not dead.
No,
but now,
which means that give it long enough. To be honest, what will happen is that the Space Wolves will head for Terra, get as much Gene Seed as they can grab of their stock, because the Adeptus Terra has a huge amount in reserve of every legion, and just restock.
If they let them. I mean, they have to deal with the Inquisition still, don't forget that.
Yeah, and the Inquisition don't like the wolves. They don't like each other. The Ecclesiarchy definitely hates the wolves, but then again, that's for different reasons.
Yeah, but if Cadia fall, if the book is true and Cadia falls, then they're not exactly going to stop them, are they?
That's a point. Which Space Marine homeworlds is nearest to Cadia? Isn't it Fenris?
It is Fenris.
I'm not sure. I'll get up a galaxy map and because I know the Rock was at Fenris, but it will now be heading for the Eye, especially if Johnson is getting involved.
They want to get hold of their Johnson.
Also, here's a random question. Is the Rock bigger than the Death Star?
Well, Dwayne's not that big.
Ha!
Almost certainly, I would say the answer to your question is yes.
Because a lot of people were like asking me that the other day, and they're like, well, there's nothing as big as the Death Star in 40k. And I'm like, actually, if you go back to the Horus Heresy, there are ships bigger than planets, but...
There's the Phalanx.
Yeah. And then there's craft worlds.
Yeah.
Those are massive.
Okay, I've just got the map up. So nearby worlds to Cadia. Fenris is definitely the closest.
Oh god, they're done.
Isn't Baal close to it as well?
No, Baal's all the way over by the Maelstrom in
Oh.
Ultima Segmentum.
I didn't realise it was that far away.
Yeah, it's all the way over there. It doesn't have a full list of the chapter worlds on here, unfortunately, which is really annoying. But
It should have the first foundings, though, shouldn't it?
Annoyingly, I think this is one that's pulled from White Dwarf, so it's only all from. Oh, hang on, this might. Is it? No, I don't know where this is from, but I can't really find.
Because Ultramar's all the way up by the eastern fringes.
Yeah,
Imperial Fists are based on Earth.
Basically. Which segmentum is that in? Segmentum Obscurus. Okay, what's in Segmentum Obscurus?
Oh no, it's pretty obscure.
Oh.
I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, so if we go by the Segmentum, you have Fenris, Medusa, Caliban if it was still there, and that's it.
Well, I mean, technically Caliban is there now because the rock is there.
Nothing happened on Caliban.
So yeah, the only other chapter world is Medusa, but that's already taken a bit of a battering. In some of the previous Crusades, there was a big war over Medusa 4 and 5, wasn't there?
Well, yeah, and there's also a lot of rumors going around right now that the Emperor is going to die.
If you don't know if it's been going around Facebook, that's actually a prank.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because if you click it and you start reading it, then after like about 30 seconds, it redirects and say, haha, got you.
Okay, but it would make sense that the Emperor would finally die.
He's already dead. Stop, he's already dead.
Actually, my friend pointed this out to me. Apparently, you know the Art of the Emperor on the Golden Throne by John Blanche?
Yes.
The one that's like on the inside cover of every rulebook?
Yes.
Yeah?
Apparently, if you look at each of them over time, each edition, the Emperor gets older and more withered, apparently.
Yes.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed that since 3rd edition.
Sorry.
Because now each book represents a different age in the Imperium.
That's true.
And 6th edition was the time of dying, and then 7th edition was like, well, we can't go into the future yet. So they kept it as the time of dying, and now it's the time of dying, and everybody wants GW to push forward, and GW is just like, you know what? What the fuck? Fenris dead. Cadia dead. Who's next?
I love this paradox of the community wants the plot to advance. GW advances the plot.
Stop advancing it.
Freaks out.
This community is just like this right now, like, whoa, we didn't want people to lose.
Unless they're the people
That
we don't
wasn't
like.
supposed to happen. Well, they're actually doing from my one friend wrote this whole thing up, and I really got to send it to you guys if he still has it. He wrote this theory that all the new battles, like everything currently, is based off of the old games from 3rd edition where people were advancing the plot. You know how like the Cadian fell in a 3rd edition giant apocalypse game where Chaos won.
I thought Chaos lost super hard in that campaign.
No, the campaign game itself, they won. And it's just like in the campaign book, they were just like, they lost. And now they're retconning it to being that they won.
They're retconning the retcon.
Yeah.
But will they retcon the fact that Eldrad Ilfrin was retconned from being dead? Will they retcon that again to make him dead again?
Well, Eldrad is one of those weird characters who you could just say, well, that was just an illusion that he cast.
It was all a dream.
Just like how he failed with the Wraiths right now, and like everything is dying, and Eldrad is just like, whoops daisy. And the Death Watch are just like, we didn't mess anything up, shut up.
I thought the Death Watch would be a lot more like, filthy Xenos, fuck you.
Pretty much. Except now they have a lot more character. So they're like, how you doing there, friend? I'm gonna kill you because you're an alien.
I just found it funny that one time where Eldrad Ilfrin sat down for a nice lunch with Fulgrim. That's canon.
Of course it is.
No, because in the book Fulgrim, there's actually a bit where they sit down and have dinner together.
I knew that Eldrad and Fulgrim met. I didn't know that they actually sat down to dinner.
They did, yes.
Could you imagine like the conversation there? Like
Um,
at all the things you could ask.
well, Eldrad was asked, why aren't you eating any of the meat? And he was like, oh, I'm too old and it's too strong for me, so I'm just consider eating vegetables. And then Eldrad noticed that Fulgrim had the layer blade and went, oh fuck, kill these bastards.
Oh my god.
Oh, I had that the other way around.
Fulgrim's sword is terrible, by the way, in game.
Oh, yeah, you just use Fireblade, because Fireblade is infinitely better.
Yeah.
Whereas Manus.
Oh my god. And now Mortarion might come out soon. Lion might come back.
Yeah, Lion's the strong rumor right now.
I'm excited for all of them. Like, this is a great time to be into 40k. And we just got Deathwing the game, which took me 2 days to beat. But still.
Only 2 days. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Don't count it in days, count it in play hours.
Hang on, I'll check.
4.
Whoops, that's Google. Library. Games. Come on, go to my games.
Total playtime, 45 minutes. It's almost worth as much money as No Man's Sky. Ooh.
Wow, it says 2 hours. It has not updated yet.
I was going to say, you could beat Deathwing in 2 hours. Fucking hell, you should have asked for your money back
Well,
afterwards.
okay, so I think it's because I have a shared library with my friends, and I was playing it on theirs, and then I bought it. Well,
okay.
So on mine, I only played it for 2 hours. On theirs, I played it the entire campaign,
Okay.
which is, it's weird, but whatever. I thought it would
thoughts?
carry over.
I know everyone's praying that Dawn of War 3 will actually be, good.
Good.
No, it won't. Did you guys see my review of it?
Oh,
I
it's
saw
dancing off
yours.
buildings.
I saw
Yes.
yours, and then I went and looked at Archer's just to corroborate, because obviously I'm not very well up on it, but I saw yours first, and I was like, I see where you're coming from. I do.
I still don't think it looks that bad. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It looks awful.
It doesn't look
Are you kidding?
amazing, but I don't think it looks as bad as everyone's making it out to. I think a lot of people, I'm not saying you are, but I think a lot of people are overreacting just a tad because they want to go back to, like Dawn of War 1 or whatever, and they see this, and
I
it's like,
can't
nah.
overreact, though.
Well, of course you overreact. You're a bloody Slaneshi.
Exactly. It needs to be perfect. If it's not perfect, I hate it.
I admit, I look at it as like, I don't particularly like that art style. Like
why does everything have freaking lights attached to it?
I think it's just to make the combat look more visually stimulating.
It made the combat look like a jumbled mess of It looked like a rave party.
I would actually.
I thought you'd like that kind of thing, Alexis.
No, it wasn't dark enough. It didn't have the right music. Nothing was getting me in the mood. It was not good.
Oh dear.
When I have to drug my own drink to have a good time, it is bad. Anyway, Slanesh parties aside.
So far we've got the Blood Ravens, the Eldar, and the Orcs. Any bets
And
on
the Chaos Space Marines.
Oh, they've been confirmed, have they?
They haven't been confirmed, but it's basically like, hey, the Chaos Space Marines are here.
So basically it's just going to be Dawn of War 1 in terms of factions again, like vanilla Dawn of War.
Yeah.
Certainly seems that way, but we don't know. I'm not sure. I still don't know how long it is until release. So
now, if like they
Squad
put a
DLC.
giant emphasis on the story mode, if the story mode is like a good 6 hour to 8 hour story mode and is very, very, very good, like I really enjoyed the story mode to Dawn of War 2. If it has a good story, I'll look past all the glowing effects.
I would hope for a story mode that's at the very least on par with something like StarCraft 2.
It looks like StarCraft 2. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but StarCraft 2 is actually a good game.
Oh God, that's true. Like you're not lying. It's just,
I mean, let's be honest. If you're gonna take yourselves after other games, worth take inspiration from than StarCraft. Let's be brutally honest, because there's a reason it's got so many fans. It's actually a good game.
Yeah, but it is everything that.
It could be like modeling after fucking Storm of Vengeance or something. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. There's always worse alternatives, or even Rights of War, because Rights of War were shite. I love the soundtrack, but the game itself was shite. And that's that was the very first game where you were playing as someone other than the bloody Imperium, because you were playing as the Eldar for the majority of the game.
Oh, that was that Panzer General base one.
Yeah, the Hex base one, yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I want. Like, I want all of the 40k games, because eventually, once I upgrade my computer, I'm going to do Let's Plays of all of them.
What pissed me off is that out of the old 40k games, the ones you can get on GOG, good old games, Chaos Gate works on Windows 7, doesn't work on Windows 10. Final Liberation works on Windows 7, doesn't work on Windows 10. Rights of War, however, the shit one, that's fine.
Of course. Right?
Yeah. Shadow of the Horn Rat also works as well, just for future reference, because that's actually not too bad as a game as well. I always found that amusing.
Never heard of it.
It was also available on the PS1.
Damn, I had a PS1. Why did I got into 40k or fantasy earlier?
Yeah, because this was the old Warhammer. It was before the Lizardmen got introduced into it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. So you were playing as the Empire, and you were fighting against Orcs, Goblins, and Skaven.
Okay.
Then you had the sequel, Dark Omen, where you were fighting against the Undead. Also introduced Wood Elves as well, for some reason.
Bears?
I don't know why they don't just call their army Dryads.
There is now an army that is Dryads, the Sylvaneth. The Wanderers are the Wood Elves, and the Sylvaneth are the Dryads.
Yeah, but why didn't they just call the Wood Elf army originally Dryads?
Because there were more elf units than tree units at the time, I suppose.
I guess. I haven't...
And Dryads were an actual unit.
Alright, I can see where I'm wrong there. I don't know enough about fantasy to make too many judgments about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All I know is if I did get into fantasy, I'd play the orcs, because orcs.
Just orcs.
And let's not forget with fantasy as well, that one time when Caldor Drago showed up.
Let's not talk about how canon that is, because that's
and
fucking
Eldar.
canon.
Oh yeah, and the Eldar, yeah, they turned up.
Well, they turned up on the other end of
it.
a Skaven phone call.
Yeah.
Sisters of Purification. Retconned out of existence. Fucking time-traveling Caldor Drago canon.
Going on a walk with some Wood Elves.
And killing Nurglings. Nurgle demons.
He must have thought he was on the biggest warp dust trip of his life. He's like, I'm seeing elves!
Well, I mean...
Trees are coming to life!
Would that be a surprise to an Inquisitor?
Oh, there's a theory for you. Was all of Warhammer Fantasy just a drug-addled fantasy of Caldor Dragos?
Oh, there you go. There's your next theory.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God.
Now, for upcoming food, I've had to basically research about inherited genetic disorders, which was fun.
Yeah, that will be an interesting one to listen to. I'm not sure quite what it refers to, because I haven't asked, but...
Because of what the subject matter is, I bet I'm probably going to get some abuse for it as well. Not from just fans, but just from, people who just want to argue for the sake of arguing, because there's a lot of them, and they just piss me off.
So, me.
No, not you. Not you.
But I love arguing for the sake of arguing. It's fun.
Yes, but you actually put up coherent arguments. You don't just go, that offends me. Yeah.
Ooh,
to be honest, I think a lot of people think I get offended, but I really don't.
No.
I kind of sit here and giggle about pretty much everything. Like, anytime anybody, insults me in the comments, I'll just remove the comments, but I'll usually giggle about it first.
I've seen instances with you, like, someone says, like, oh, this issue affects you, shouldn't you say this? And you're like, no, fuck off, haha. That's you in a nutshell. We'll respond to comments like, no, meh. Except about the weird noises, obviously. Well, probably weird noises, I don't know, but you never know. Anyway, moving on.
Indeed. What are we moving on to?
Okay, so somebody actually asked me this, and I wanted to get your guys' take on it.
Shoot.
If the Imperium found an alien race that was willing to serve the Emperor and not interfere with human society at all and just make goods for them, would the Imperium take them in?
The Chikaro.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
I think it would be based on which group found them.
Yeah, because if it was like the Ecclesiarchy fan, they'd probably just go, Xenos purge and they're heretics!
Well, because if you read, what is it? Is it Anvil? Or is it Rose and Fire or something like that? It's the Sisters book.
Okay.
They find an entire planet of artificially created humans that were one of the Emperor's projects. They fully worshipped the Emperor as a god. And it was such a cool story, and the Sororitas that was with them was just like, what do I do? At the end of it, some of them started going mad, so she turned them all into basically combat servitors and killed everybody, but still.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're not really Xenos. They're still humans. Even if they are artificially created, they're not Xenos.
Yeah, but if you, you're reading this book right now, too, The Masters of Mankind.
Yes.
That.
They reference demons. Like, they don't call them demons. They call them demons of old, like old folklores and everything.
Yes.
But they just go, I need to recognize these things for what they are. They're a Xenos from the warp.
Yes.
So technically everything that isn't human to them is a Xenos.
That is the definition of Xeno. So
Xenos literally means alien. So anything that's not human is alien.
Yes, but how far into their civilization does that go?
It permeates the entire cornerstone of Imperium society. Literally anything that's not a human is Xenos. Even like animals that weren't born on Terra, they'll still be Xenos animals.
That brings me into the next question. And Grox are one of the most farmed animals in the Imperium.
They're also lobotomized for people's own well-being because they're so violent and dangerous.
Yep. Except for those free-range Grox. Ooh, those are tasty.
Yeah, but anyway, let's have things implanted into their brains so you can shock them.
The butcher's nails?
Not quite, but close enough.
Oh, man. No, but that brings me into another thing that somebody brought up. If the world of Pokemon, and I know, terrible, forgive me.
Gotta purge them all.
Was Terra, would the Imperium use the Pokemon to fight?
Depending on if the species had survived that long. Possibly.
They'd probably weaponize some of them. I doubt they'll just have Pokemon battles with aliens. I think they'll probably just load Voltorbs into a cannon and shoot them at people.
And there is a Pokemon that is literally a possessed sword and shield, so...
Yeah, some of them that'd
be a demon, purged. So they have to be, purged. Who's being
sorry.
wrong?
That's me. My bad.
Damn it, Alexis.
No worries.
But
it was just one of those things where I thought it was amusing, and I was like, yeah, I could totally see them like making them into like servitor type creatures.
Yeah, as I say, I think it depends on the group. Like, if it's the Inquisition or the Ecclesiarchy, then no. If it's the Mechanicus, it might vary. Like, the Mechanicus are willing to put any world to the sword. Like, they were willing to put the Tau homeworld to the sword, even though there was literally no danger on the Tau homeworld at the time. It was still the equivalent to the Stone Age.
Yeah, but didn't they just want to purge them? So, like, okay, we'll purge that. We'll build us up a new Forge world here. Just wipe out this puny little developing race. No one's going to give a fuck about them.
And then suddenly war.
In all fairness, nobody gives a fuck about the Tau.
Apart from Michael.
He's not even people. He's some filthy Xenos.
I've had people say I'm not human with my mindset before, but fair enough.
You know I love you.
Oh, just while I'm here, apparently there is a new series of comic books, seemingly based around Dawn of War 3.
Oh?
Looks like, according to this cover, it's called Dawn of War 3, and the subtitle is Bombardment of Acheron, written by some people I don't know. To be $3.99, coming out May 2017.
So is that the one for free release date?
I don't know. I'll put it in the chat now.
I will check it out.
Do. So yeah, that. No, we were just talking about it a minute ago. So let's hang on a minute. Let me just find the blighter. There we go. Enjoy.
And then it turns out that the new race you can play as in Dawn of War 3 is actually the squads.
I'd be so okay with that. You know, with GW actually listening to people, do you think that there is a chance that we might see a squat army or a Demirurg army?
Probably not an entire army, but I still would love to see a 40k version of Dogs of War. But literally just a mercenary army that's like an ally with anyone, essentially.
So an agent's book, a codex agent, like they just did.
Not quite, because
See the
they have like various Xenos. They have like like an Eldar or Dark Eldar raiders or.
They could put the Kroot mercenary army in there.
Yeah, just call it Codex Mercenaries or something. You can have and you can have some of the other lesser races like the Tyrellians, for example. Squats.
Kroot,
Space Marine
Bespid,
Black
Demir.
Shields.
Not the best mercs.
What are
I
the
would
Space
think
Marine
of,
Black Shields?
They're basically like
the-
Space Marine pirates.
Okay,
They're still not gonna. They'll still serve the Imperium, though, don't they? Even if they work alone.
Not always. Some of them actually form
one of the
mercenary
biggest-
groups, so they can actually just get paid for doing odd jobs. Some of them actually are employed by rogue traders.
Oh my god, you could have a rogue trader retinue.
Yeah.
Codex Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader is the commander of the army.
That would be so cool. Like, you could have a unit with Tau, Kroot, and Space Marines in it. Well, not Space Marines, but you know what I mean.
Maybe some
I'd be
Genestealer hybrids being paid off somehow. So we'll give you a world. Okay.
Oh,
That's a great bribe right there.
Dark Eldar.
I mean, look
just
what they're doing with the Dark Eldar.
Yeah, that could actually be a really interesting little codex. Even if they don't go down that route, I could see like the Tau, if they like re-release Battlefleet Gothic, getting Demiurge ships. I could see that, but I don't think they'd end up in the main codex because, as far as I was aware, they're a bit more. I don't know what the Demiurge are really like on the ground.
Well, there's like one or
Squats.
two of them to a big giant ship.
Oh.
So they're like tech marines.
Except without the old mystical mumbo jumbo, they just go, "Oh, there's your problem, laddie. Got a little screw there." And there's like, fix it in 2 seconds, right? Mechanically, like, we're praying for like 2 months going, let's just praise the Omnissiah.
Could
called
you
the
imagine?
Earthcast.
Could you imagine the Emperor waking up and just going, "All right, guys, get to work," and like they're taking their time, and he just like calls up some Demiurg, "Yo, get back here. We need you guys to fix this shit." Has some Jericho with him. Build a Titan in like 2
Jakara,
days.
you mean? If we said
Jakara, yeah.
Jericho's, it's like, what's Chris Jericho
No,
going to do about this?
it's a stupid video game I used to play a lot.
Oh, is that Clive Barker's Jericho by Clive Barker?
I think so.
Okay.
Old joke is old, I know, but still, I don't care.
So that's before my time.
Guys, I'm gonna go silent for like 3 minutes. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a very specific time frame.
Yeah, we stalled for a bit before she got here, so we can do it again.
We are still
Actually,
recording, by the way.
Yeah. I was just wondering, actually, with Fall of Cadia, like, obviously we're going to get the sisters are going to get some stuff, and I'm more wondering, like, what other stuff is going to be in there and in the book that follows it. Like,
Probably
is it going to be...
Black Templars, because they did say that Saint Celestine will be at the head of a
Yeah.
Black Templars crusade.
Yeah, I
So-
can see Black Templars, but apparently Cadia already has a Decurion of its own from one of the older things like Angel's Blade or Traitor's Hate or something. There is something there already for Cadia. And then obviously Chaos has just got Traitor Legion, so will they get anything? Especially considering Abaddon's on the bloody front cover. I was wondering what we think would be released or...
A new model of Creed.
That would be nice.
Special role, deploy a Scout Titan in as a scout. The surprise!
Actually, yeah, it'd be funny if Warhammer... I don't know if Warhammer Titans actually do have Scout. We'll ask Alexis.
No, but with Creed they will, because Creed's a tactical genius after all. Literally, a Scout Titan will pop out from behind a lamppost or something. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
Because that means a reference to like an old rule, literally called tactical genius, like have any unit or vehicles have the Scout special rule.
Wow.
So literally, like, turn 1, there's a Hellhound right in front of the enemy army, turn 1, boom.
Yikes.
Or an entire unit of have literally an entire army of nothing but Hellhounds having Scout. Surprise!
Yeah. To quote White, welcome to getting dead.
Indeed. So imagine an Apocalypse game will say something like, a Warlord class Titan with Scout.
The thing is, like, what's the point in giving a Titan Scout? It doesn't want to be in melee.
Because it'll be hilarious.
Also, I don't actually think that unless they can help it, the Mechanicus would ever put a Titan in that situation. Because I've just been doing some reading for the Mechanicus, and excuse me, they have like special guards for the Titans, the Sekitari, which is like a special group of Skitari.
Yeah.
And rather than being like close assault protection, like dealing with melter gunners round corners or something like that in dense city terrain, they're just there to mop up. So I don't know whether they'd ever put a Titan in that situation, at least willingly.
Of course, this is Creed. He's a tactical genius. He'd be able to get away with it. The Mechanicus wouldn't even know it's gone. I mean, people lose things a lot in 4K. Don't forget, General. Was it Stern or Stubbs who lost 200 Baneblade tanks?
Yeah, that was Dawn of War.
Yeah, but who was it? Was it Stern or Stubbs? I can't remember.
I only played Dark Crusade, so I'm really not sure. But
regardless, someone done fucked
someone
up.
very incompetent. But yeah, I could just imagine the Titan Princeps reporting back into the Magos at the end of the engagement. It's like, yes, this is the Titan XSS reporting in. Where did you go? Like, I was following
How the bloody hell did I get here? And Creature said, chomping on a cigar, going, "Tactical genius, bitch."
Yeah, just all very Churchillian and all that, considering, well, he is Churchill.
Well, yeah.
I don't know who Kel's supposed to be, though. I don't know, like, if Creed is Churchill, was there an equivalent to him to make Kel?
Probably. Can't remember who, though.
Like, the nearest one I could think of was, like, Charles de Gaulle or something like that, but he wasn't the most powerful speaker I've ever known.
No.
Oh, well.
Although Creed just points his finger and out comes like a Baneblade turret out of his finger. Boom. Tactical genius.
Or something of that ilk.
That reminds me of that picture. Literally, it's like a swimming pool. There's a big Warhound Titan coming out of it. And it says, "Pools closed due to tactical genius."
Class. Anyway, I think we're coming up on an hour, so when Alexis gets back, we will do the questions.
Indeed, we shall. So, what else is there before Alexis turns up? Because what else was there? That was basically about it for the news this week, wasn't it?
It was some very big news, but there wasn't a lot of it.
Even so, still big Christmas news. There's some interesting comments. I'm going to read one question because I'm going to answer it now. Where do you live? I'm not fucking telling you. Next question.
Yeah, because when you remember on episode 2, you said you used to go to GW in Reading or whatever. And a lot of times my comments just like, "Holy shit, I live near there. Can I meet him for a game sometime?" Like,
I don't live in Reading anymore.
There you go. Oh well, yes. Don't think you're getting it out of any of us.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Also, we've been asked to bring Thundercycler and Zegram together, if only we could, because that would be hilarious to have Kitten and Magnus having a conversation on the show. That would actually be brilliant.
I admit, I've said it before, Zegram is the dream guest for me, because, well, it's motherfucking Magnus the Red.
He'd have to stay in character for the whole thing, though. That'd be brilliant.
If he pulled that off, that would be amazing.
Just say, our special guest this week is Magnus the Red.
Yeah. I would just skirt around the Space Wolf issue for the entire show.
Space Wars.
And then Thunder was like, "Oh God, here we go again," and we just had to bleep out the call for a bit. It's like, it's like a please stand by.
Yeah, or that intermission from Monty Python. Yeah,
Or something like that. Yeah.
What about the intermission from Kung Pao?
I have not seen that.
Oh my God, watch it. If you want to shut off your brain for a good hour, watch it.
We'll bear that in mind.
It's like reading anything by Matt Ward. You just have to stop thinking.
Don't you mean CS Goto?
That too.
Actually, yeah, there's one thing I would be talking about, but I haven't got it yet. Me and my friends are doing a hobby Secret Santa this year, so I'm going to the pub in about 3 hours to give them their Secret Santa
Wait, you're
presents.
gonna go drink?
No, I go for well, I'm going out for dinner with my brother and my dad, and then I'm going to go down, see them, grab like half a pint of Coke or something, do the swap
This
season.
is the problem with the Tau. Even when they do something rebellious, they still follow the rules.
I always go like almost like every week or other week that I'm home. It's pub Friday. We always go. It's just I don't drink.
Shall we move on to the questions, guys?
Yes, let's.
Okay. Our first question is: what if 40k was made into an anime? Depending on who did it, it has the potential to be pretty awesome, but it also has the potential to be quite cringe-inducing.
Shit.
If the creators of Death Note, the writers of Death Note, did an Inquisitor, fucking awesome.
But knowing that, we'll probably get the guys who did Banana.
Or if anybody that did Cowboy Bebop did it, it would be pretty cool.
Ghost in the Shell?
Oh god, yes, that would be... Actually, Ghost in the Shell, you could basically just say is an augmented human Inquisitor doing a mission.
Yeah, I don't know enough about anime to know like who the people are, but I get the thing.
The dude that's basically an anime character doesn't know anime. What is this?
Hang your head in shame.
Leave it to the chaos cultists to be stuck in front of a TV all day.
Yeah, I'm too busy doing science, thank you.
Tau and their science.
Okay.
All I have to do is pray to my gods and get what I want.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Yeah.
No, it's fun because I have to please them first, and that's a lot of fun.
Just because you have to please them.
Next question.
If there was one piece of fluff written by Matt Ward you could remove and replace, what would it be? And what would you replace it with? I would replace Keldor Drago. Well, I would also make the Silver Knight of Slanesh Fury canon.
Okay.
It's canon.
It's
not
not
in the 6th edition Demon Codex.
It's not actually confirmed to be
It's
Keldor
not 62,
Drago, though. It's not confirmed
yeah,
to be Drago.
Yeah, the Silver Knight is canon, but his identity is unconfirmed.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'd canonize the theory that the Silver Knight is Drago.
Okay. Aside from like the Grey Knights and the Ultramarine fanboying, I don't really know exactly what was done by Ward and what wasn't. But I would certainly tone down the Ultramarine worship just a bit. Give people like the Iron Hands and the White Scars a bit more of a look in.
For me, I'm actually okay because I love memes. But if I... Wait, what was the second part of the question?
What would you replace the fluff with?
Oh, Sisters of Purification, without a doubt.
They weren't written out by Ward, but sure, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I'm going to interject and say Sisters of Purification should be in here at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
Question to me. What do I think of Michael Bay's Transformers movies? They're shit.
I had a feeling that was coming.
They are shit. I mean,
They really are.
I mean,
when they have to have an extended scene explaining how a minor is in a relationship, there's something wrong with the movie.
No. Transformers, giant robots turning into things like cars and planes and stuff and beating the crap out of each other. Okay, simple concept. Why is the movie about a teenage kid trying to get laid?
Yeah. Why do we care about the child?
I mean, you can literally have a Transformers movie based on Transformers because, they actually have personalities. It's not like with a Godzilla movie where they're just monsters. These actually have characters. So you can actually, sit down and listen to them. They can talk and they can explain their motivations. You don't just need, Shia LaBeouf going going, whoa, just do it, or anything like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. A 3-part question here. Number 1, could the Felinid actually be humans with animalistic traits, not just feline traits? So they could be things such as fox or rabbits. How would you write the lore for them, and would you like to get them in the guard? So in
the guard, the problem is if you do that, you have to induct more abhumans into the guard. So on that basis, yeah, get them in. Sure.
I wouldn't mind seeing more abhumans. I mean, I'd like to see some scalies, the necromancer scalies, but as an option to replace ogrins.
Yeah, and maybe
wouldn't they just breed them out? I know this sounds stupid, but couldn't they just breed those traits out of them and just make them look like normal humans? I mean, it's been a few thousand years.
Are you suggesting that people have sex with furries?
Ew, gross. Don't put it like that.
Alexis is suggesting breeding the traits out, not breeding them in. To get... that was why the scalies aren't there.
It depends purely because the DNA has altered from isolation or genetic mutation.
Yeah, they might not even be compatible with humans. Yeah. But then again, we could just get the Magus Biologists to do it.
I know you wouldn't be able to do it with ratlings, ogrins, and squats because they're recognised as official citizens of the Imperium, so they're actually, a special case. But the other ones will be a different issue.
Yeah, you could put the penal legion back in and replace them with beastmen.
If they didn't actually look too out of place, most people would just be like, "Oh, it's a mutant, whatever."
Yeah, most mutants are often persecuted, though, aren't they? It's only on the civilized worlds where they're treated nicely, and by nicely I mean just pushed out of the way and just tolerated like a stray dog.
Yeah, I mean, but if they prove themselves in combat, they're gonna get some respect.
You fought for the Emperor, but you're still a mutant. Die!
That's the logic of the Penal Legion.
Yeah. I mean, don't forget...
Actually, I'm going to be honest, I miss Penal Legion. They should be back in the game. Schaefer's last chances and everything else. Yeah.
Imperial Beastmen, yes.
Because Imperial Beastmen, they're persecuted, but the ones who are still loyal to the Imperium view the Emperor as, a god of vengeance demanding blood.
Close enough.
The Emperor's... Pretty much the same thing.
It's nothing that adds credence to the stupid the Emperor's Khorne theory, even though we're never going into that because the answer is no, he's not Khorne. And if you think he's Khorne, then I'm sorry, but you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, but that's the stupidest... I mean, there's more credence to the fact that Horus is on the Golden Throne. There's more credence to that bloody theory. And even I find that very hard to believe.
Jeez.
Because, consider the fact, Fabius Bile, got the fucking body of Horus and started cloning the fucker.
And then they were all destroyed by Abaddon, probably.
Maybe. I mean, it's freaking fabulous. He probably hid one somewhere.
Probably.
On a world that had a strike cruiser literally thrown at it, and then his ship got pretty much wrecked as well.
Yeah, whatever. He probably survived.
Who is the most powerful... Oh, sorry, carry on.
I actually love the story of that Thousand Sun Sorcerer who literally drags his wrecked battle barge through the warp on his own and then throws it at a planet. Starkiller from Star Wars? Yeah, fuck you. You could pull a Star Cruiser to Star Destroyer down. Yeah, I carried a battle barge with nothing but my psychic powers through the warp and threw it at a planet. Fuck you.
And this is why I will never do a verse series, because I actually looked up the most powerful traits of both, and Space Marines are just fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, I heard your discussion with Fiora about it.
Can I just ask, in regards to that Thousand Sun who carried a warp cruiser, was he like the psychic equivalent of Brock Lesnar or something?
Pretty much.
I don't really know much about him, honestly. His name is extremely hard to pronounce, and I can't even... Actually, what was his name?
Brock Lesnar.
Now. What was his name?
Brock Lesnar.
Maybe there was a little parody in his name. Hang on.
Luck Bresner.
No, but seriously, I was really debating this with somebody IRL the other day, and yes, I did just yeah. Anyway, they were like, "Oh, well, one swipe of a lightsaber will cut right through the Space Marine and kill him," and I'm just like, "You're a fucking idiot, aren't you?" A Space Marine can actually fall from fucking orbit and be perfectly fine.
Fine-ish.
A Space Marine can... Well, yeah, he goes into a chrysalis stage while he heals, but still.
Don't forget, when Vulcan fell from orbit, he was liquefied. But again, he was naked without his armor.
And it was also Vulcan. But I'm talking about the armor itself would survive with just burns. Like, the paint would peel off, but the armor would be fine.
The lightsaber would start to cut through, but it wouldn't be an instant swish, he's dead. It'd be like... Because if you look at it from, yes, Episode 1, the shit one... You know, where Liam Neeson Jedi is basically plunging his lightsaber through a door. It takes, like, how long for him to cut through it?
Yes, and
too long.
Aside from that, like, I've pointed that out way too much. There's actually a scene in the comic books where they're doing the exact same thing with a lightsaber, and they're slashing at it, and the guy actually just, like, holds it and cuts slowly. And all I can think about is trying to do that to a Space Marine whose armor is about 3 inches thick. You ain't doing shit to him.
I saw some fan art of, like, stormtroopers, like, shooting down 40k Space Marines. I'm thinking, well, one, your blasters wouldn't get through Space Marine power armor, and two, stormtroopers, they wouldn't even fucking hit the target.
They've got more accurate in the more recent movies. They've got more...
let's count them as having ballistic skill 3. They're gonna
if we're
hit.
generous.
Yeah.
Actually, we're talking about how bad the lightsaber is. Like, if you were to give it stats in 40k, like, what stats would it even have? Like,
Strength 3, AP 4.
I had AP 4 in my head.
Maybe Strength 4.
Reroll to wound because of how quick it is. Has the ability to be thrown. Similar to what's his name's hammer.
Arja.
Yep. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad weapon in the hands of commissars, but Space Marine beam.
The thing is, lightsabers exist in 40k. Inquisitor Eisenhorn's got one.
Yeah, they're not that good.
No. Eisenhorn has a lightsaber. It's called, like... It's a different pattern of power sword, but it's basically a lightsaber by all descriptions.
I admit, though, it would be very cool that, you know... Have you guys seen Rogue One yet?
Not yet, don't spoil it.
No.
Okay. But, you know, like, any scene that involves a Sith where the lightsaber just lights up from darkness and you just see the red lighting up.
Yep.
You can just imagine, like, you've got a commissar, he's got his back to you with his, like, peak cab and his bolt pistol at his side. He just pulls out his pistol, aims it, and then the sword just whirs to life in his hand, and it's just like, okay, that's pretty badass.
Well, that's what a freaking power sword does.
Except it glows blue.
Yeah. And it has lightning shooting out of it for some reason in all description, in all, like...
Not shooting out of it, more like arcing over it. But
really. Still, it's a little bit silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question, before I go on a giant tirade of how I...
Actually, Alexis, go on that tirade. My mom's just coming. I just wanted to speak to her for a minute.
Oh my god. Alright, so, if you compare the Space Marine speed stats to that of an average human, which a Jedi actually is, they can't run that fast. The average human runs at 17 to 22 miles per hour, which is pretty impressive. Space Marines run at 57 miles per hour. They're a little bit...
Space Marine has, what was it me and Fiora worked out as something like 35 times reaction speed or something?
Yes. Now, arguably, the Jedi does too with his Farsight. You know, his mind powers. Now, the Jedis aren't affected by the warp because they don't have it in their universe. And I'm going to be generous and give that to them. But that doesn't stop them from being immune to warp entities and warp powers. They are not blanks. No. They have a soul. Because that's been proven that they have souls because Luke has seen their souls.
Isn't that what a Jedi ghosts are? Just their souls?
Yep. Now,
sounds about right.
That being said... The Jedi might be able to shut down certain systems in the power armor using... Now, I'm counting Jedi and Sith both as one, just maximizing the amount of power that they will have.
Just say Force users.
And I'm using a Space Marine / Chaos Space Marine librarian.
Yeah.
As a reference. Let's just say power sword, lightsaber. The Space Marine librarian can be equipped with a freaking storm shield, which is a whole nother story of that... stupid little beam katana is not going to get through.
Not to mention a force sword or a force axe.
The Jedi stands half the size of the Space Marine. The Space Marine outweighs him by over 600 pounds, and then has the 2,000 pounds of armor. The Space Marine can move faster, think faster, react faster, has way more bulk to throw around, and has a fucking bolter. Let's not forget that he has a rapid-fire grenade launcher that shoots an actual shell. Now, in all fairness, the Sith might be able to catch the bullets of a bolter and reflect them back at the opponent, but it's never stated that a Jedi's speed is as fast to catch bullets.
But don't forget, with the Jedi, they tend to block things like blaster fire, which is like, which assume it's something like it's akin to las weaponry. There's no way of saying they can actually stop physical ammunition as well. Can't affect that
that
as
is
well.
also true.
A blaster is physical ammunition. It's just made of something different.
Oh, is it? I thought it was just las weaponry.
No, las weapons are made of light. Plasma is a blaster because it's too slow to be light. If it was light, it would be traveling at 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. It's not traveling at 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second.
Also, the blasters in Star Wars, even in the comics, can be seen and even reacted to by the average human.
Yeah, you don't dodge a light bolt.
They're incredibly slow. In fact, if we actually had laser-based weaponry, you'd pull a trigger, feel absolutely nothing, and then something would die.
Yeah, more than likely, the only thing you'd feel is that your gun would get hot because thermal recoil, because you don't have any physical recoil, because light doesn't have mass.
Yes, and the target would instantly be hit, and there would be no way of dodging it. Even with the amount of psychic powers you have, yeah. I mean, you could put up a shield and deflect all energy-based attacks against you, but I'm simply saying...
unless you had a in-place electromagnetic shield, like you could create a perfect conductor force field around you, because that's what you need to stop electromagnetic radiation.
You know, like the Storm Shield does, or the Rosarius has.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the armor.
Have we done Sith Lightning yet?
That's what I'm getting to. That's one of the biggest things that the Siths have going for them. If you look at the armor, Jedis and Siths wear fucking robes. They don't wear anything in terms of armor. Darth Vader, being the biggest numbskull of all, wearing the main weakness of his armor, has glowing buttons on it.
Not to mention, because he's mostly cybernetic, he actually can't generate force lightning.
Yep. Now, getting to the lightning itself, the lightning in Star Wars is incredibly slow. Yeah. It is so slow, visible, and has to be directed by a conscious individual, unlike the Eldar or Space Marines lightning, which just fucking activates. They point their hand, and through the warp, lightning shoots them. It is dimensional lightning. It is an actual bolt of lightning, and this can be seen in the Dawn of War 2 trailer, where the Eldar Witch turns around, looks at them, and fucking shoots lightning and kills one of them. Although it's never confirmed that that guy actually died, he could just be immobilized. Because, you know, it's electricity.
Regardless.
Now, the Sith might be able to shoot enough juice at a Space Marine to shut down his internal systems.
Yeah, an EMP of sorts.
Yes, except the EMPs would never work against a Space Marine because of all the insulation and all the actual...
In theory.
Anyway, you know, in the marks of armor, the Emperor actually protected against him and EMPs. That was like one of his main things. But saying that he could hit him and shut off his systems and everything, that wouldn't stop the Space Marine, who would literally manhandle it and still move just as fast. In fact,
I want to just clarify how power armor works here, because power armor draws power from its power pack, and it weighs, as you said, roughly 3 times as much as the Space Marine. Now, I know a Space Marine is a superhuman and can carry a hell of a lot of weight. I know that to be true, but can he still sprint wearing 2,000 pounds of power armor unassisted? Realistically,
yes. Because of an organ that they have in their body that adds additional adrenaline, the Space Marine can actually do that. For, I think one of the books had him do it for 2 days straight before finally collapsing.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You just better hope that Space Marine itself is not from a chapter, for example, that suffers from a genetic deficiency that prevents that from happening.
And God help you if you run into the Iron Hands.
God helps you if you run into any Space Marine that's not a... If you run into anything that's not an Ultramarine, you're fucked.
Salamanders.
Oh, you're fucked. You're toasted. I think
Flame
a more
Falcons.
fair battle... I think a way more fair battle for a Jedi Sith versus would be a Sister of Battle. Their armor is made lighter. Their force fields are not as strong. Their weaponry is the same, but it's lower caliber.
Yeah, I think, considering that basically a stormtrooper is just a human in fancy armor, for the ultimate warriors of the universe who can cut down humans without trying, I think you can't really pick the Space Marine who can literally take an entire world, not quite one-man army an entire world, but pretty close.
What about a Space Marine Scout?
Oh, Space Marine Scout might do it. Now, okay, let's get into the other warp powers that the Jedi might have. The Jedi might have mind control. That doesn't work against a librarian who can seal his mind.
And most Astartes are pretty resistant as well.
Yes, it took the Emperor to actually force a chapter to their knees, and librarians couldn't even do that.
But at the same time, Genestealers managed to mind control Grey Knights.
Let's not talk about that. Well, the Genestealers used a different type of mind control.
It's still mind control. It wasn't biologically based.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, let's look at the Force Push. That has the strength to pull down a Star Destroyer. And as you stated earlier, a Star Destroyer is cute and everything. A Battle Barge is much bigger. And I've actually done the weight of these two things sitting next to each other. The Battle Barge is not only twice as heavy, it's twice as large.
I think it might... Was it actually a Battle Barge? It might have been a Strike Cruiser. Hang on.
If it's a Strike Cruiser, it's about the same size then. So it really kind of... You have to measure based on distance in that case. Orbit, warp travel. Warp travel being longer.
Don't forget, Starkiller wasn't the atypical Jedi Force user. He was said to be, a prodigy. He was basically exceptional. He was basically one of a kind. You compare him to someone like
but
Luke
we're counting
Skywalker,
in all.
So basically counting the best versus the best, essentially. Okay.
Yes, except minus the Emperor, because the Emperor would just walk up and be like, you belong to me now, and the guy would just fall down with his mouth wide open, ready for Emperor D.
Your Emperor is false.
Anyway, it's not a fair fight, is all I'm gonna say.
And don't even
I could keep going into it. The Star Destroyer versus the Battle Barge. The Battle Barge uses boarding torpedoes. The Star Destroyer's dead.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from Star Wars, because we're a Warhammer podcast.
Let's get back to the question.
Who is the most powerful psyker in 40k? And I'm assuming ones who are still alive and not gods or anything like that, or demons.
So we don't count the Emperor, we don't count Magnus, we don't count...
No demons, no gods.
The obvious way to look is the Eldar, if you want the most powerful psyker.
Eldar is a strong contender.
Tigurius has to be
the
considered.
Norn Queen.
Is it psychic dominance that the Norn Queen uses, or is it just like is the synaptic web something that isn't psychic? Because obviously, I know we can jack into it if you're a sorcerer, or just biologically jack in.
Yeah, I suppose it depends if it's purely warp based or if it's a combination of warp and biological.
All right, let's take out the Tyranids then, because I'm not entirely sure.
Well, okay. Tigurius will be a strong contender because he can actually link up to it and not go insane. He can actually talk to the hubman going, "How are you doing?" "I'm good, yeah, how are you?"
Yep.
Speaking of Remleiz random noises, I still have to make that my ringtone.
Oh, God.
Why is your obsession with the fucking dubstep noise?
Because it was funny.
It was rather funny. But anyway, I think probably Eldrad, Ahriman, Tigurius, basically anyone who in-game is Mastery level 4, and then just see who wins in a Psychic Slugging match. Because in an actual physical slugging match, they did it on Mini Wargaming. Ahriman spanked Tigurius.
Yeah.
Trust you to enjoy that, Alexis.
Yeah, I did.
It was just Doombolt to the face all day.
That's what he's calling it now. Anyway.
Okay, next question. Why are the Black Templars psychopaths if they're Imperial successors? I'm actually going to be doing a theory video on that at some point in the future, so stay tuned for that.
Skip.
So do we really want to answer that then?
Not yet, no.
Just
okay,
yeah,
so
for
move
the same
on.
reason as we didn't talk about Logan being a hypocrite last time, we'll skip this one.
Okay, where's the next question? Why do Chaos Space Marine bikers use human flesh as a seat?
Because it's more comfortable.
Because they're messed up.
Yeah, I was going to say stylistic choices.
I mean, come on, there's not a lot of materials to work with in the Imperium. It's kind of in its name.
Okay, and going back to Star Wars.
Oh, God damn it.
Make it quick.
What impact would there be in the 40k universe if Grand Admiral Thrawn was leader in the Imperium?
Okay, I'm gonna settle this once and for all. Do you guys remember the false emperor that the emperor himself sent his legions to go and destroy?
Yes.
Yes, that was the very
That's
first
Star
scene in
Wars.
was heresy.
That's literally talking about Star Wars. They are literally killing Star Wars. Done. Let's move on.
Okay, done.
Okay. What did Thunder say on the last podcast that was edited out? Redacted.
Honestly, was that one on my channel?
No, it was
No,
the
no.
one that you missed.
Oh, shit. I still have to watch that one.
Yeah.
But I hear those
Wiener
guys are
was-
lame.
So that again, you
Anyway.
were very quiet.
Wait, who did?
You did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never go quiet. I'm usually loud.
He called them lame.
Why is everyone better equipped than the Imperial Guard, the primary fighting force of the Imperium?
Because there's billions of them.
that you cannot physically afford to outfit them.
Men are cheaper than armor.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a quote
Just
when
look at the
Planetary.
stormtroopers. Same thing.
Yeah, because there's a quote I saw from Planetary Empires. It said it talked about the scale of the Imperium, and it said, "Fear us, for we count our lives in planets, not men."
Jesus.
Okay, next question. If you were to lead a Black Crusade, what would be your plan, and how would you be more successful than Abaddon?
I'd turn up.
You'd be a turnip?
No,
Hatred
I would
we
turn up. I forgot.
How did the Tau lead a Black Crusade? Isn't that a little bit weird? Could you
They-
even see them?
What do you mean?
What happens when Tau go into the warp?
They do it all the time now. Not much, but
They can only
No,
go
they
for
like dip
a few
into the
minutes,
warp.
like a few minutes at a time or something, isn't it?
yeah, they skim.
No,
skimming
but I mean,
stone.
if they actually like landed, somehow you got Tau onto a demon world, would he even be able to see what's going on?
Well, he
Yes.
can see demons because the demons manifested on Arkham Moloch.
But wasn't it after he grabbed the artifacts?
No, he found the Dawnblade when he got thrown into a statue, and the talismans were just a bit all over the place. The demons came first because they were just mopping the orcs up at that time,
Ah, okay. All right, never mind.
if
What
I
was the
remember
question?
correctly.
I actually forgot the question.
If you were leading a Black Crusade, how would you do it, and how would you be more successful?
It's very simple. I would have arms.
From a serious note, I'd probably just stock on a shit ton of virus bombs from the Dark Academy and just start launching Cadia.
Yeah, just basically, what was that video game where to shoot down the missiles?
Missile Command.
Yeah, just make the Imperium play that.
Honestly, that would work. Or, just shoot Tyranid spores everywhere like the orcs did.
When was that?
Old editions. Second
That
edition Orc
explains why.
Codex. They used to capture Genestealer seed pods and shoot them at planets.
Oh my god.
That way, when they went down to the planet, they had a proper fight.
God, jeez.
Proper orky, that is. Okay, another question for me. What was the inspiration for my avatar with the tech priest with the raptor skull head? It was actually inspired by the design of the Horus Heresy character Archmagos Drakyvac, who's got like a horse skull for a head. I just thought it was cool, and dinosaurs are better than horses.
That is true.
Yep, fair enough.
Okay. Question relating to the 40k end times theory. Do you think
God,
Caldor Drago will single-handedly destroy the Chaos Gods and close the warp, then go to resurrect the Emperor with defibrillators because Matt Ward?
Anyway,
No.
moving on.
Actually, I want to raise something. Long time ago.
In a
In a
galaxy
galaxy far, far away. Oh my god, I hate us.
Anyway, a while ago, I did one of my first top fives, and it was about Primarchs, like my favorite Primarchs. And someone, I assumed they were just trolling, decided to comment and say Caldor Drago is like better than all of the Primarchs. It degenerated into a little bit of an argument with me and my friend trying to use logic to say, this is why that doesn't work, and this is how.
Oh, you can't use logic with trolls.
I think they were trolling, but at the time I thought they might have been actually being serious.
Maybe if they were 6 years old or something, yeah. But let's be honest, Caldor Drago only exists because Matt Ward wasn't allowed to bring back Rabute Gilliman.
Until now.
Dun dun dun!
The fact that he's back and Reboot Gilliman might become active again is scaring me. Let's just put that out there. Matt Ward's probably sitting over there fapping like a Slanesh cultist. Speaking of which.
Oh, Rabute. How do you pronounce Rabute Gilliman's name?
Robert Gilliman.
I pronounce it Rabute Gilliman from the Black Library audiobooks.
Yeah, Reboot Gulliman. I always say Gulliman.
There's no accent on the E. It's supposed to be silent, but if that's how they want to pronounce it, then we'll pronounce it that way.
It's like Ezekiel Abaddon, where it's actually Ezekiel Abaddon.
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Yeah,
You
the
stole
phonetic
10
translation, the phonetic pronunciation, the GW pronunciation do not match up very often.
No. Okay. What 40k creature would you have as a pet? Has to be medium-sized, so no Bion Titans or Tal drones allowed. And
Tal drones are tiny!
And it will be tame and not eat your face.
I already have Squishy and Remleiz, so I'm pretty set.
Oh, God.
I'm not a big pet person, and I don't know the lore well enough to know all the animals.
Wait, the Tau person isn't a pet person. You have Kroot, you have freaking Vespids, you have...
Allies.
They're
Oh, allies.
Allies.
That's very specious saying they're animals.
They
It's
are-
very specious of you. God, triggered.
Oh, but not putting a mask that mind controls them on them isn't.
The Kroots
That's-
don't have that.
No, but the
They're
Vespids
actually
do.
there because I know the Vespids do, but the Kroots are there because they actually choose to be.
The Kroots are being oppressed.
You
The Tau won't-
tricked them!
The Tau won't let them eat something, so they're stopping them from evolving further. The Kroots are being
I
oppressed by the Tau
okay.
overlords.
I agree.
Yeah,
that
that's
Hashtag
the
free the
patriarchy
Kroot.
right
Hashtag free the
The
Kroot. Hashtag
the Kroot
high
get the
fish.
short-
Free the Kroot.
Yeah, they get the short end of the stick. I don't disagree. But the
We
Kroot,
are Kroot.
Hashtag we are
But the-
Kroot.
but the Kroot joined the Empire because
Kroot's lives
the
matter.
Tau. The Kroot joined the Empire because the Tau bailed them out from fighting orcs on their homeworld. No,
The Tau watched that entire fight and just intervened when it was convenient.
Hey, we saved you. Now you kind of have to work for us now because we said so. Now
and
you're
the
allies.
Imperium's any better?
No, the Imperium's not bad. The Imperium's a bunch of bastards, but at least they're honest about it.
And chaos is
Let's go-
even better. You're either going to serve us or you're going to serve us.
I mean, let's be honest. with
Doesn't
the
matter.
Imperium,
You're going to do it anyway.
The Imperium will punch you in the face. The Tau will stab you in the back.
Or they'll send you up against freaking gaunts until you die.
But anyway,
And be like,
going back to the
that didn't work.
question- Going back to the question, what creature would you have as a pet? It would be kind of amusing to have a Catachan face eater sitting in a fish tank in your living room or something. So someone goes,
Does
"Hey,
it
put it
not
on."
specify specifically does not eat your face and you want a face eater?
I'll take a face eater squig.
That was the only thing that came to my mind was a squig, but
That being said, if you want a nice animal, I suppose you could go for something like a Mukali or something. You know, those big purple camel things that Talon have.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Actually, I'd take one of the raptors or the dragons from the Eldar worlds.
Oh yeah, because they got dinosaurs, haven't they?
Yeah, the
Yep.
Exodites do.
Yeah. All that being so, you can always have a squig-off.
Medium size.
Yeah, medium-sized squig-off.
Yeah, not the gargantuan. Jeez.
Or the Orcosaurus. And the Orcosaurus is a real type of squig subspecies.
This is fun.
I just don't know anymore.
But there's also things like Grox, Cathalian Cudbears, Crutox.
Yeah, see, okay, we got to give Michael a break. He's not used to actually learning what a pet is. He just knows what slaves are.
How about a Catachan barking toad?
No!
It doesn't eat your face, it just explodes and kills everything within a kilometre.
Bloody hell.
No!
Why is it called a
How did
barking
that
one then?
evolve?
Because it goes bark and then it goes boom.
Anyway,
Oh,
next
dear.
question.
Yes, move on.
How long do you think it would take for each race to single-handedly conquer Star Wars?
About 2
minutes.
days. I mean, if it's orcs, the orcs will keep them around just to have a good fight. The Imperial Guard, depending on how many are sent in. The Space Marines, 1 legion, maybe a tactical squad with a librarian attached.
Well, as far as I remember, if the opening to Horus Rising, i.e., the death of the Emperor, that was done solely by the sons of Horus, and I think Horus himself was there.
He was.
But it's never stated that they had much difficulty doing it.
I was there. I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor.
Wow, you just got really deep and sexy.
No, that was I think that was literally the opening line to the book. That was Garvia Loken's opening line, or the last line of that chapter.
I know.
I mean, if you want to open up with that line, go for it. It'll work.
Oh yeah. And the last question is Alphabusa Matt Ward? I don't think so, because I don't think Matt Ward's Swedish.
I also think Alphabusa's writing is better.
Well, that's just a given. It is.
Yeah.
Touche.
In fact, I think my writing's better at some points.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Listen, to be fair, the Theoreticus Heresy is very well written. I'll say that.
Well, thank you. I've just gone to the part where the Siege of Terror has begun,
Very nice.
and someone gets punched in the dick. Because I want to include that Tusker Demon Killer reference somewhere.
Yes.
I admit, well, I used to listen to that like, when I got up in the morning because that was when my alarm went off, and it's like, it's like, okay, you made me like Lorgar, fair play.
I just thought,
Lorgar did nothing wrong.
what could I do to make Lorgar actually, seem like a badass? I know, I'll have him kill someone, crucify the body, and just say, Ave Imperator, heretic! I like badass Lorgar. That was good. Even though you were annoyed with me because I killed off Magnus the Red.
Yes!
No, it's Magnus the Dead.
Well, his corpse is certainly red now. Oh!
After Russ was done with him, yeah, probably.
Yeah. They had to use a water bottle to get him off the corpse, though.
Well, apparently, freaking Russ had his way with me, so let's have it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, yeah, that.
That was amazing, by the way.
That last line from Shaun the Bear. And then they did it.
Like the writer of that fanfic actually finished it with it being Magnus writing with Kitten in the other room. Like, it was great. I can so see Alphabusa putting that up.
That would be glorious.
It would be weird, but sure.
Hey, is it any more weird than their freaking Yu-Gi-Oh card game?
That was just okay. Yeah, that was very weird.
I can't wait for the sequel.
Yes.
But don't forget,
We are never
from
talking
this
about
again.
this again.
Kit and Magnus have got to keep themselves entertained somehow on their long journey to Nocturne, haven't they? So
You just cut out like crazy on me there.
I said, Kit and Magnus have got to keep themselves occupied somehow on their long journey to Nocturne.
Yeah, I got that part. I didn't get in any of the bit before that.
Because they're just basically going by, bus, essentially.
Yeah. They're raiding the minibars and using Ouija boards to scare the absolute shit out of demons.
I can't wait for the TTS Christmas special.
Neither can I. I'm in it. I'm so excited.
So am I. We're both in it.
Yes.
Even though
And
you
it's
got
only fun if you exclude somebody.
you got more lines than me, you dirty little thing.
It's because my character's cooler.
That's some serious heresy right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh dear.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that.
I only have one
Okay,
bloody line.
so now there were some questions you did forget because I wasn't here.
I went through your entire comments that I could
Then
read.
why did you forget some?
Well, why don't you read them out to us, Alexis?
I gotta go grab them.
Okay. I don't know what
Are
to
you
talk about
sure
now.
you guys want me to read these?
You might as well. If we miss some, we might as well say them now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
we're
the fuck,
about the
marry, kill ones.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
reason I
God.
skipped those. There's a reason I skipped those.
I didn't even
All right,
realise there was fuck, marry, kills.
There were way too many.
It was amazing. My favorite was fuck Alexis, kill Michael, marry Remleiz.
What?
Okay.
Somebody
I'll just,
answered it about us.
Someone get me an ammo second a shotgun then.
It was fun.
No one wanted to
No,
sample
but
my
I'm not gonna read
cyberdongs?
Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta do the Cyberdon Christmas special.
That's coming up in
guys,
April.
April
Yes,
I
Michael.
Fool.
can't hear you.
You can't hear us.
Well, if he can't hear us, how is he supposed to answer that?
I have no idea. You're right then,
Oh,
Just
Michael.
dear.
type.
I think his speakers might have gone.
Huh. Hang on. I'm gonna write to him.
Yeah, I better call on the Mechanicum.
Oh god, the Mechanicum trying to aid freaking out Tau. I mean, apparently they use the same fuel system, but whatever.
Allegedly so.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, Kento Sicarius found a way to do it. I, Kento Sicarius, have stolen your fuel. Haha!
I, Kato Sicarius, I will marry Sue. In fairness, that's one thing that TTS did really well. Make me like, Manius Calgar. Just for being so pissed off with Kato Sicarius.
And the fact that he's, like, pissed that they win. It's just like, the fuck is the point?
My glorious
Don't
chapter
do it.
master, we found a Salamander's artifacts. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh, we do love TTS.
Alright, I think Michael is gone now.
Oh, is he gone, is he? Oh, so he's probably got his family dinner or something, I believe. That's alright, so...
Or his mic just... his stuff just cut off. Either way.
I know Michael had to leave early just because he's at home now and he's got to spend Christmas time with his family, which, it's just fair enough, so we're not going to have a go at him for that. So I think we should just carry on in the meantime.
Alrighty. What are we going to talk about?
Well, there were some unanswered questions you said, so do you want to go for them? I'll try and answer
Oh
them.
god. Alright, let me
I'll
find
take
them.
the bullet.
You'll take more than that.
Oh, God.
Haha! You
Right.
love me.
I know. But just remind me to sleep against the wall tonight.
Oh, well, be nice. It's Christmas. You get a pillow. What the fuck is it?
Did you say, what the fuck is it, to a pillow?
No, where the fuck is it?
What, the pillow?
No. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't find the damn video. My computer was being stupid.
It's alright.
Okay. Please bring Arch in. Maybe. It's just a maybe. Blah, 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 blah. Hang on. We'll just do this. Control, find. I just shift click F. Control F.
Control
And just
cliff.
typed in, yes, and just typed in fuck to see if I can find the fuck, marry, kill questions.
Oh, dear God. What have I let myself into here?
First of all, the fuck, marry, kill, comment, heresy. Heresy, ally, or purge. That's what it should be. I like that.
Heresy Ally Purge. Okay, we could deal with that.
All right, so if you guys want to leave a comment for Heresy, Ally, or Purge, go for it. It's like fuck, marry, or kill. Except not as fun.
Hey,
wow, actually,
purging is very fun.
Yeah, here it is. Fuck, Alexis, marry, Remleiz, kill, Michael. Actually, there's not many of them. I think YouTube has been going through comments and deleting ones.
Oh, yeah, because YouTube has been playing up a lot. In fact, I'm actually going to take this moment to say another public service announcement, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people, even though they turned around and said, there's no glitch. I've had people message me saying I've been unsubscribed to you.
I actually have people saying the same thing to me, so...
Okay, I'm back.
Oh.
Holy crap!
He lives.
He's back!
What just happened is my mum was on the phone to my dad on the landline, and then she hung up, and then the internet died.
In other words, Cantus Sicarius just ripped through 4 battle suits and then finally found him.
By the warp, that was weird.
I said, I'm here to take your phone line.
I, Cantus Sicarius, am here to take your phone line.
I'm here to
Yeah.
provide you with better broadband deals.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what did I miss?
We were going to do the fuck, marry, kill, but half of the comments that had them in it are gone.
Because
Good.
YouTube.
Good.
Yeah. And we were doing like a perverted service announcement brought to you by Slanesh.
Ah, speaking of fuck, marry, kill, I've got one for you guys. Fuck, marry, kill. Korn, Nurgle, or Tzeentch.
Can I just choose Slanesh
No.
for all of them?
No.
Damn it!
Slanesh isn't on that list, Alexis.
I know.
Skip.
Okay.
I don't know what those things are. I'm just a pathetic little towel.
Answer the question. Or
I'm prepared to be exterminated.
Kill Nurgle.
was that?
Kill Nurgle. Fuck Korn, because that must be amazing in bed. And marry Tzeentch. I think I could deal with a fucking nerd.
The most manipulative son of a gun in the universe.
Oh, clearly he's never met me.
Your turn, Michael.
No.
Just no.
Just no.
Just say no.
No.
Alright, what about you, Remleiz?
Marry Nurgle because Nurgle loves you, so he'll be a nice, loving husband, and he makes you dinner. He does make it out of puke, but he makes you dinner, so that's a nice thing.
What kind of sick disease monster are you?
Fuck Tzeentch because tentacles.
Wow.
Someone had to say it. Someone had to say it.
Okay.
And kill Korn because he's too angry all the time. Oh, like you weren't thinking it. Like you weren't thinking it.
Yeah.
Thinking of Tzeentch's big long tentacles.
Right.
Are we done with that?
Your turn, Michael. You didn't answer. I answered.
I choose it. I just choose jetpack. I'm out.
Jetpack.
Cantus Sicarius already took it.
Wait, so you're saying you'll fuck a jetpack?
It's how he gets his thrusters off.
I'm refueling this right now.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
And I thought my lore series where I was literally driving a craft world through the warp was messed up and weird.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
No, somebody quoted me the other day, and it was really funny. Because a long time ago, I mentioned that Tzeentch is not actually like a master manipulator, he's just a fucking idiot. Because anybody who plans a plan to plan a plan that plans is not properly planning, so he's an idiot.
Okay.
And
Just as
somebody
planned.
pointed out that I said that.
But it's all just as planned, though. Him being an idiot.
It's not a part of his plan, though. His plans are ever changing, so they're stupid.
Just as planned.
And nobody plans on the orcs. And I expect the
Apart from
Inquisition.
Eldrad Ulthran. Whoa.
Well, he doesn't count. All right, where's that one comment? It's really funny. Okay, so in my sister's trailer react thingy, whatever, this guy quoted this. Holy terror! Like, this is what I said during it. Holy terror! They're finally here. I've been waiting years, and my faith in the Emperor has rewarded me. And then the guy's like, "Aren't you a Chaos Worshipper?" And I'm like, "Shh! Don't tell the Emperor. He might take them back." I love everything.
Indeed. Oh dear. Well, things could always be worse, I suppose.
Yeah, the Emperor could be dead, Fenris can be dead, and Cadia could be dying.
Well...
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, technically the Emperor's undead.
The Emperor's a zombie.
The Emperor's a zombie. But not one of those cool Jamaican ones, though.
Ha! So... I thought this was funny. I was talking about a Genestealer cult earlier today with my brother. Yes. And my mom said, we need to... she's building, like, the nativity, whatever, religious mumbo-jumbo. And she's like, there should always be a baby Jesus. And I'm like, in a Genestealer cult? That'd be awesome.
Maybe that's the Magos.
That would be perfect.
It's like, I'm Genestealer Santa, I'm Genestealer, and I'm Magos Jesus.
Yes.
Who'd be the shepherds then?
The pure strains.
No, that would be okay.
All right, so rant of the week, God. Or did we already do that? We kind of.
You joined we literally had barely started when you got here, so.
Time for rant of the week, everyone.
Seems Yay! That way.
I already did mine. Mine was on Star Wars.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which took up half the bloody episode today.
Hey! Yeah, I just come in and take up all the room because I just want all the attention.
Yes. What's your point?
Well, yeah. Well. Anyway.
Well, I'm very tempted to go off on one about Genestealer cults and just like how stupidly good they seem to be. But then again, I've only played a couple of games. Yeah, you did. You said on the podcast they're all right. The moment we hung up, you said they're terrifying. Run and hide.
There is no hiding from them. There is no lube.
I think the only thing
They will take you.
The only thing I could really rant about is my own inability to roll dice because, oh my god, my dice this week. I went to my friend's house on Tuesday and we played like 4 games. 2 regular games, 40 game, a game of Kill Team, which was the best game I've had in ages. It'll be out in the new year, and a game of AOS. And my dice were, on the whole, utterly atrocious. But yeah, that's not really something worth ranting about. And I've said my piece on the new Celestine why I don't really like that model. But yeah,
I love the model.
Like I say, I just don't like the wings. The wings just don't do it for me. They needed to be
just swap them with like an old Warhammer Eagle models or something.
Just something natural, yeah.
Demon wings. That'd look perfect.
Bat wings. Or just give it a massive jump back.
That'd be cool too.
Option.
Or give her the Drago rocket feet. Go, Drago, go, go!
Sure.
My rant is to do with the whole YouTube comment section thing. Again.
Yeah, the fact that they're censoring comments is annoying me too.
I don't think it's so much as censoring. I think it's just YouTube just being completely inept in regards to comments being visible, really. Because when I looked in my comments thing today, it says there's like about 56 comments, likely spam. I try and click on it, and it says there's no comments to display. But it keeps showing up as 56 comments there.
Oops.
And
that makes sense.
It's been like that for a couple of weeks now.
Have you two actually addressed that supposed there's no problem video that they put out?
I myself haven't made a video in regards to it.
No, I didn't say video. Have you talked about it in that 4 minutes that I was?
We briefly touched upon it, and
there's a lot of things that I briefly touch upon.
Could you stop for 1 minute, Alexis? For crying out loud.
I can't
put the Celestine rune down.
For 5 minutes, it's Christmas. Think of the children.
I am thinking of the children. That's why I'm playing extra hard.
Oh God, that can be taken so wrong. Anyway,
I did not mean it like that.
We briefly touched upon the video and saying how it's absolute horseshit. There's no glitch at all. We checked 100 people. Out of the millions and millions of accounts, you checked 100. That must have taken you all of a whole day.
A day? More like an hour.
I was being sarcastic there, Michael, obviously.
Yeah,
but sarcasm and Tau doesn't go well together.
It wasn't. No, I knew you were being sarcastic, but you wasn't sarcastic enough to make the point.
I mean, my friend Dead Josie, she put up a video about it and pretty much sums up better than I ever could. So I recommend people to check out her channel and check out that video about it, because YouTube's saying there's no glitch, when we're all getting messages saying I've been unsubscribed from your channel. Why is that? And we've asked YouTube, please fix it, and YouTube's like, waiting for the next fucking neuron to fire.
So it's like asking the Mechanicum to fix anything.
No, it's like the Pokemon Slowpoke. They probably just go, hey guys, did you hear? There's this great new site. It's called MySpace.
Wow. That's a thing.
Yeah. So, oh my god, did you hear what's happening? We have to stop Hitler.
Holy shit.
That's what YouTube's like at the moment. They're being fucking idiots, man. But they seem to be more focused on just helping out the vlogging channels rather than everyone else, or the big name media corporate channels like, like The Tonight Show and Ellen DeGeneres and all that shit. If I wanted to watch The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I'd watch the fucking television. I don't go on YouTube to watch the fucking Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I go on there to watch people make asses themselves or to make interesting content. I mean, let's be honest. There's a reason why the most popular gaming channel...
Wait. So what are we? Are we interesting content or just making asses of ourselves?
We're both. We're the best of both worlds. We're the best of both worlds. We come up from both markets.
When we work independently, we're mostly interesting content creators. But when we come on here, it's just all bets are off.
Yes. And that's not even counting the time we have Fresh and Carl on the show.
Oh God.
Yeah, those guys. They were fun.
They're certainly characters. One of mine is Calgar, in fact.
I like how we needed a disclaimer and a warning for them.
Yes. And it was on your channel.
Yeah.
That shows how bad it is. If Ego Queen Alexis needs a disclaimer on her video, you know it's bad.
And not a legal one either.
No.
It was fun.
Yeah. They're lovely guys, though. But anyway, my rant is basically summed up thus. YouTube, short your shit out.
What is it with you and speaking up next to your mic all of a sudden? You've never done it before, and all of a sudden you've done it like 6 times this episode.
I don't know. I just felt the urge to sing.
I've got a few urges.
Is one of them to sing?
Well, considering that you want me to sing, apparently, for that one guy.
Well, yeah. Did you actually say... Did you actually get back to him?
I haven't yet. I kinda don't want to do it. I don't know. I can't sing.
They're getting Magnus to sing. Well, he's trying to get Magnus to sing.
Yeah, but that's because Magnus has a good voice.
I can't imagine Magnus Red singing, though. Especially that song. It'll hopefully come up soon, so if people watching haven't a clue what we're talking about, just
like me.
Be patient, is all I can say. Be patient.
Yeah, I if you are confused, don't worry, you're not alone, people, because I have no idea what they're on about.
Be patient.
Okay. That's it.
Oh my god. Whee! Sorry, I'm watching somebody being stupid on the internet and making an ass of themselves.
Actually, you're watching one of us.
Yeah, it's 40k Theories.
Oh!
Love you guys.
You should have had that video of those guys overreacting to that constant. Oh!
Oh, I love that video.
That's
I
brilliant.
use it for everything. All right, I gotta get ready for work, so I gotta actually get going.
Okay, well, we've just roughly about 2 hours, so that's pretty a good place to leave off as well.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
So today, as we're recording, is according to Friends logic, Christmas Eve. It's the 23rd of December. So
Wait,
a
what
Merry
the fuck
Christmas.
is Christmas Eve?
Blame,
If you don't watch Friends, you don't get it.
it's your fault, Alexis.
What? This is not my fault.
I'm blaming you because
So-
Dr. White's not here.
Okay.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that has been episode 8 of Adeptus Podcastus. Sorry for all the dropping in and dropping out. That was not intended.
That is
That
Dr.
was
White's fault.
intended.
No, that was my internet company's fault. But anyway, today, as I say, is the 23rd of December as we're recording. This will be coming out after Christmas, so I hope you at home have all had a very Merry Christmas. And to the
Wow. What if they don't celebrate Christmas?
and if they don't celebrate Christmas, then
Happy
I hope you've
holidays,
just
or
I hope
happy
you had a pleasant
Hanukkah,
week.
happy Kwanzaa.
I hope you had a pleasant
Happy
weekend,
Smashmas!
or just a good weekend in general. Uh,
One that I'm getting late on.
And on that
Okay.
note, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, we will see you all in 2017. Dun dun dun. New year, same old shit.
Alright, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye.
this is Remleiz from 40k Theories. We'll see you again next time.
This is Michael from Tactica Imperialis. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.